this idea of racism is actually a public health issue in and of itself. The ways in which people from different marginalized, different groups, the ways in which they're marginalized are massive contributory factors to how and why they are more likely to be infected by COVID and die from COVID once they're in hospital or in other settings. And so that needs to be acknowledged, examined, and dealt with. It's no good to just say, ooh, these figures are quite alarming. What a shame. Let's wring our hands about it. We have a duty to kind of protect and support all of our citizens. And so when the data is telling us that people from certain backgrounds are suffering these are not a tiny 1 or 2 percentage points. There's a massive cavern, right, between the impacts on BAME people generally and non-BAME people generally in this country when it comes to the disease. Therefore, there's work to be done. And the government, unfortunately, I don't know if you saw, has today said, oh, it's going to delay publication of the first report, which was going to be the conclusion of the review they've done so far to look at this issue. They said actually last night that they're delaying publication of it. Guess why, Sophie? Because they say they don't want to stoke up racial tensions. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're going to stoke up racial tensions by sitting on this report. And so, in my view, there is a fundamental problem at the heart of government. And it is more than just the fact that the representation is off. There's structural and systematic racism that, even if it's unconscious, is creating a situation where when we see these issues, those in power are not taking the action they would take if perhaps these issues affected another group. I promise you, another group.
I agree.
If, for example, I'm being provocative here, but if, for example, Eton-educated middle-class white men were having a high kind of infection and death rates related to COVID, I guarantee you we would have sorted that out, and there would be billions of pounds that would have materialized from somewhere to protect those people. And it just highlights how certain people's lives are perceived by our political establishment as less valuable than others.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're here. And women are seen in that way as a general category. People of color are seen in that way as a general category. And if you're a woman who's a person of color, you got double jeopardy on that front. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely.